Cecil TV sat down with Andy Cragle recently to talk about his life, his career as a sheriff's deputy, and at age 68, the situation he now faces. Andy, who resides in Elkton, is retired from 28 years of service with the Cecil County Sheriff's Office. Within the past year, he was diagnosed with renal failure and is currently on home dialysis. His hope is to find a kidney donor and receive a transplant.
My name's Andrew Cragle. I'm 68 years old, live in Elkton, Maryland, and I'm a retired sergeant from the Cecil County Sheriff's Office. I started working for the Sheriff's Office in 1978, and I retired in 2007. Well, when I first started with the Sheriff's Office, we had thefts, domestics, and a lot of bar fights. Over the years, burglaries, drugs in the county have become unbelievably heavy. The job has changed a whole lot, and the way people react to law enforcement has changed a whole lot, because back when I started, you could arrest someone and a couple days later you'd get a phone call, they'd be apologizing for the way they acted. Today, there's a large lack of respect for law enforcement. I was diagnosed with renal failure, bad kidneys, within the past year. Recently, within the past 3.5 weeks, I've started what they call PD dialysis, which is where they put a catheter through your abdomen, and you can actually do the PD dialysis at home instead of in lieu of hemodialysis, which is going to a dialysis center. What I'm doing right now is called the manual way to do it, which is what they teach you before they give you what they call a recycler, a machine, which you hook yourself up to every night and unhook in the morning. You have to learn both ways in case the electric goes out, and you have to do the manual.
So how do you?
I'm hopeful for a transplant. What I've done is I've gone to the Christiana Transplant Center at Christiana Hospital, and they put you through a lot of testing before they will tell you that you're eligible for a transplant. Once you're eligible for the transplant, it can be 5 to 7 years before a kidney becomes available. If you can find a kidney donor, in my case, it would have to be someone who has type A or type O blood for their kidney to be compatible with me. It can happen much sooner.
Right.
For a kidney donor, does not cost them anything. They would go through the same testing that I went through to make sure that everything would be okay for them to donate one of their kidneys, and the cost to them would be zero. Say someone would be interested in being a donor for me, the best thing to do would be to contact me, and I would contact the transplant center, and we'd make an appointment to go up, and everything would be explained to them by the professionals. My wife and I have a garden out back. We have fun with that. My wife is into canning tomatoes, and I help her. We do quite well at that. I like to hunt, like to fish. We have fun with Well, we have two grandsons and a granddaughter, and the grandsons, who are 5 and 7, past couple of years we've taken them on vacation with us every year. We have a good time with them.
Where do you like to go?
Well, this year we went down to the upper end of the Shenandoah Valley in Virginia, around Mount Jackson. Last year we went up to the Poconos. We own 2 units in northern end of the Shenandoah Valley, and we go there some years and we trade them and go. Me and Missy get along with. Wherever the family wants to go, that's where we go. I was born and raised in northeastern Pennsylvania. Basically at the edge of the Poconos, about 36 miles outside of Wilkes-Barre. I came down here because I had a second cousin who worked for Elkton Police Department. Who he was up home visiting one time. We got into a conversation, and I told him I had been thinking about getting in law enforcement, and he told me about the sheriff's office down here. So I studied it a little bit and decided, gee, that's a place that's going to grow. So I put in an application and was called down for an interview, went home. A couple weeks later, I was called back for a second interview, and after that interview, the sheriff, Jack DeWitt, told me that he had a position open. If I wanted it, it was mine, and I took it.
Just like that.
Never looked back, and enjoyed it. Enjoyed helping people.